Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally showing you guys my curly hair routine. These are all of the products that I've been using lately to get my curly hair nice and styled. So this is one of my most requested videos by far. When I did go on my curly journey, or started my curly journey, I guess about a year ago, somewhere around there. I think it was about a year. I got so many questions from you guys and so much encouragement, and just like, you guys seem to really be into this, because I think this is really something that people tend to struggle with. If you have like wavy curly hair, you just kind of feel like it's, or at least I know I used to really feel like I just could not get it to style correctly. So I've been deep diving, watching tons and tons of videos for the last year, and really experimenting with my hair in order to get it where it is today. I will insert a picture of where I started. It's pretty phenomenal, the progress that I have made. Oh, guys, I mean, seriously, I would have never thought I could have got my hair to look like this. Okay guys, and before we do get started, I just want to sort of give you guys a little bit of a background on my hair and just a couple of pieces of advice. So I started this journey about a year ago. I think it's been about that long. If not, I'll put it on the screen. But I think it's been about that long, and for the longest time, I did not know how to style my hair. I'm 30 years old and I just figured it out, okay? My entire life I have fought all of these bouncy waves and curls. I just thought that I had frizzy hair. I just did not know how to style it, and I hated my hair, okay? So I came across some YouTube videos of women that had what looked like similar hair to me to start. It was kind of like their videos of their like transition and where they started, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's what my hair looks like. I wonder if I can get beautiful, bouncy, wavy, curly hair. And so I went all in, guys. I did so much research, so much experimentation, and this is where I'm at today. I still have a long way to go. I am so happy with how my hair has turned out. I mean, I'm ecstatic with where it's at, but I do think that it can get even better. So that's where we're at. I've been experimenting and doing this for about a year. And so a couple pieces of advice before we get started. If you think that this is going to be easy, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. Curly hair is not easy. It's not just throw some products in and go, okay? It's a lot of work, and I used to think that people that had curly hair like this just kind of let it be. They just threw a couple things in there and then called it good, and that is just so not true, okay? It's a lot of work, it's a lot of experimentation. So if you are thinking that, oh, if I just wear my hair curly every day, it's gonna turn out great and I'm gonna have big, beautiful curls, just throw some product in. No, you're wrong. Maybe you can get there eventually once your curls are healthy, but it's gonna be a journey, okay? If you're just starting out, this is a journey. Okay, second piece of advice or information, you're gonna need to experiment. What works for me or any other curly hair influencer is not necessarily gonna work for you, unfortunately, okay? Like I said, I've been experimenting for the past year or longer. Anyways, somewhere around that time frame. So you need to be prepared to have some bad hair days, okay? You're just gonna have to accept it. There's gonna be some ratchet ass hair days, okay?
Some ratchet ass hair days, okay?
It's not easy. You're gonna have days where you feel like it looks like shit and you're just gonna throw it up in a messy bun, okay? It's just gonna happen. So this is a journey. You need to be prepared, and you're gonna have to kind of get through the bad phase, okay? Because when I first started, I had some absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible days until I figured out, number one, the methods, and number two, the products that I like, and just, yeah, how to use those products. I had some really, really bad hair days, okay? So this has taken me a while to even get here. My hair really had to go through a healing process, and I think you need to be prepared for that if this is something that you're new to. You know, I don't want you to go into this thinking that you're gonna go and do this routine and it's gonna just be a miracle worker. So yeah, let's get into it. Hello guys. I am trying to get this filming area set up. Bear with me. I am tearing apart my filming room that I filmed in for the last like 3-4 years or whatever it's been. So everything is kind of discombobulated. So this isn't the best background today, so I apologize. But yeah, it's in the works. So let's get into it. So I did want to let you guys know a couple of things before we actually get started with the styling. So in the shower, I used the We have a visitor. My kitty's in here. In the shower, I use the Briogio Charcoal Shampoo. It feels super good on your scalp. I highly recommend that product. And also, you guys might see her in a second. She's in the windowsill right here. And I also use the Mielle conditioner that I've talked about. I'll link them both below, and I'll also insert some little screenshots of them so you can see what they are. And so in the shower, what I do is once I have my conditioner in, I comb through my hair with a comb like this, and this just hangs in the shower so you can keep it in there, because when you get out, you do not want to brush your hair. It will disturb the curls, okay? So with the conditioner in, I brush or comb my hair, and then when I got out, I put my hair up in a microfiber like turby twist, okay? Because my hair likes to be styled damp, not soaking wet. That's just something I've discovered through trial and error. I can style it soaking wet, but it's not, it just doesn't seem to work the best for me. So I've had my hair in this, and it is still pretty wet, but it's dried a little bit. So that's where we're at, and I'm actually going to wet it just a little bit more with my little spray bottle here, because I think things have gotten just a little bit too dry while I was doing my makeup here. Okay, so not too much, but enough so that when I put the styling products in, they're going to actually distribute throughout my whole head. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna go in with is, this is Prep Rally Prep and Prime by Drybar. So I use this because it protects your hair from the sun, and it protects your hair from the heat of the diffuser, so it's just like a heat protectant. And I do like that it has the sun protection in there. That's something that we don't really think about all the time, but the sun does damage our hair. So I love that. And then next I'm gonna go in with this Living Proof Nourishing Style Cream. And it smells so fresh and amazing, you guys. I love how this stuff smells. So I'm gonna go in with about that much, and whoop, I just got that on my arm. And I'm going to flip my hair upside down, and I'm just going to kind of split it into two and go like that. Sort of, I think this is called the braid technique or something like that. I don't know, guys. I'm still fairly new to all this. And then I'm gonna scrunch it in, okay? Get that everywhere. And if you feel like you need to go in with more, go ahead. Something I've noticed with curly hair styling is that you use way more product than you think. I used to think that like I only needed like one little dab of mousse and that was it. And if you watch a bunch of different curly hair videos, you will see that people use a lot of product. It takes a lot of styling product to, well, you can see my kitty there. A lot of styling product to get your curls to stay. Okay, so scrunching that in. I think that's pretty evenly distributed. Okay, all right, and then the next thing I'm gonna go in with is, this is by Aussie. This is their Headstrong Volume Gel. Volume Gel. Anyways, okay, Volume Gel. Sorry, my grandmother was Southern and every once in a while it comes out. That's why I say y'all all the time. Anyways, so this is, yeah, their Headstrong Volume Gel. It says 24-hour lift in one use with bamboo and Australian Kakuta plum, whatever that is, but it's maximum hold. So this stuff works phenomenally for me, okay? So I'm gonna start with about that much. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a pretty decent amount, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna flip upside down, kind of split it in two, and kind of just distribute it. And then we're gonna scrunch. I'm gonna flip it to the side, make sure I get everywhere, okay? And I especially, for me, so the top of my head is not as curly. Oh goodness, my dog's barking. We're just getting all sorts of animal interruptions. So I make sure that I really get the top section of my hair, because the bottom section of my hair is like kinky curly, and then the top section is more like wavy. So that's the kind of the section I really have to work with the most. And I'm actually gonna take a little bit more. I just feel like I need it. And guys, you're just gonna have to experiment, okay? What works for one person isn't gonna work for another. What amount works for another person isn't gonna work for another. So we're all so different, and my biggest piece of advice would be to experiment, okay? Experiment with your hair and be prepared to have bad hair days. You have to try new things, new techniques. I would also recommend going and watching a bunch of other people's videos. I learned everything from YouTube, okay? So just do your research, try different things. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is called plopping. No, it's kind of a funny name. So I'm gonna take my towel. I'm gonna try and do this on camera as best as I can. It's kind of hard. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna flop your hair upside down and like scrunch it up into the towel and let it sit there. So I usually let mine sit for about 10 minutes or more. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and do this. Okay, we're flipped upside down. Try and grab all my hair and plop it in there, okay? So that it kind of scrunches those curls up and holds them in there. Now we're gonna let this sit. I usually do this before makeup. I'll just, you know, get my hair products in there and let it plop while I do my makeup. And what this kind of does is it just kind of holds those curls and lets them form and kind of soaks out some of the moisture as well. So I'm gonna let that sit and then we'll be back to diffuse. Okay guys, we are back. By the way, these little towels are so freaking handy. They have this little button in the back that you just hook this to, and it's just super handy. Also, make sure it is microfiber. I forgot to say that. Because if you're using like a normal towel, that will create a lot of frizz. So highly recommend grabbing a microfiber towel for this. It doesn't have to be like a wrap one like this. It can just be normal microfiber, but definitely would invest in a nice hair towel because it does make a difference. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to scrunch again and really try and get out that moisture. Now that we've plopped, it's been 10 minutes-ish. Okay, so we're just gonna scrunch. This will help soak up any excess product and also just get the moisture out, right? Before we go in and diffuse. See, curly hair is a lot of work. I used to think that people just like threw some product in and went, but that's not necessarily the case. Maybe for some lucky people, but all the videos I've seen, it's a lot of work. That's okay, I'm willing to do it. Okay guys, so now that we've done that, we're gonna go in and diffuse. So I have a very cheap blow dryer. This is just like a Conair blow dryer, and this little diffuser comes off, and I got this on Amazon, and obviously it compacts like that so you can travel. Lots of you guys have asked me about this, and if I'm being honest, I really wouldn't recommend it because the weight of my hair makes it want to go down like that. It's fine for now. I'm not investing in a nice one because it works, but I will link it below in case if you do want it, but just know that it does kind of like to fall on you. So anyways, we are now going to diffuse. So basically what I do is I'm just like constantly moving around so that that gets your roots volume. They don't get stuck in one spot. You want to be kind of flipping it around. I'll show you guys how I do it. So, and I am going to put this on hot. It's on hot, but low speed. Okay guys, we are back after diffusing. I would say I'm about 90% dry right now. I'm trying to show you guys what it looks like. And don't touch this until it's completely cool, okay? Because you want to make sure that it's totally dry, and it's kind of hard to tell. I think I'm about 90% dry, so I'm gonna let this sit until it's totally dry, and then I'll show you the next step, okay? Okay guys, so I am pretty much all the way dry now, and this is what we're working with. Hopefully you can kind of see I've got some really nice definition, and you can totally leave it like this, but this next step for me is where I feel like the magic happens and where I get tons and tons of volume. So this is by Briogio. This is their Blossom and Bloom Ginseng and Biotin Volumizing Root Powder. So this is a clean formula, and this just gives you a lot of volume. So before I do anything else, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, and it is like a powder, I'll show you, just like that. Let me wipe that through my hands. Okay, so I'm going to try and get down here. Just kind of section my hair, and this is really hard to do on a little viewfinder. and powder that through all of my roots. And be super gentle with your curls, guys, because they're sensitive, okay? They will come undone if you're too rough on them. So I'm pouring this like all over my root. Go upside down. Really get it all in there. I'll pour some in my hands as well. And just sort of get it on my scalp, okay? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hands and you're gonna flip upside down. You're gonna sort of rake through to your scalp. And you're gonna shake your root. Hope you guys can see this. I really apologize for the film setup, okay? And I'm gonna go in now and I'm gonna scrunch out the crunch. So that cast that has formed that has formed over all of those curl clumps, we are now breaking so that you get like softer, voluminous curls. So like I said, you can leave them sort of crunchier if you'd like, but you don't have to. I like them kind of soft and bouncy. That's just the look that I prefer. Look at that. So, gosh, the lighting is so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try and adjust that in editing. But look at all the volume. Like, look at that, you guys. I love these products. I'm so glad that I started wearing my hair more naturally and just sort of accepting it for what it is and learning how to style it. It has been just such a game changer, and it's made me feel so much better about my hair. I used to hate my hair, and now that I've actually taken the time to learn how to style it, I really love it. Like, it looks so nice, and I'm still at the beginning of this. I feel like it could get even better, and I don't even wear it curly all the time. When I did first start though, I was absolutely trying to transition and get my curls healthy again, so I was wearing curly like all the time, but I've now started heat styling it again just because, you know, I want to switch it up sometimes. But this is the finished results. I love them. Let me know if you try these products, if you like them. Also, guys, I cut my own hair. The last 2 cuts I got, I was unhappy with, and I had to kind of even things out and get the cut that I liked, and I just taught myself how to do it. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I'm pretty much done going to the hairdresser. I dye it myself, cut it myself. That's no offense to any of my hairdresser friends. I love you guys, but I know what I like, and I've taught myself how to do it. And if that's something you guys would like to see, then let me know. I can definitely do a video on that next time I cut it. I just cut this like 3 days ago, so it won't be for a couple of months. But if you do want to see it, I will definitely film it. So that is gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this encourages you to really embrace your natural beauty and learn how to style your natural hair if you do have some curls. So don't forget to subscribe. I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and of course like the video if this was helpful and if you liked it. It really does help me out in the YouTube algorithm, so any engagement you have on this video is really appreciated, and I will talk to you later. Bye.